Hello and welcome to today's mathematics class. For this class, or perhaps for the mathematics class, I'll focus more in-depthly for the JAMB students. So we're looking at trigonometry, right? Revolving around the JAMB examination. So first things first, when it comes to trigonometry, right, there are several concepts you need to be familiar with. So I'll start this topic from scratch. By the way, I've done a full tutorial video on trigonometry from scratch, but trying to move around JAMB syllabus and also WAEC examination syllabus, I'll try my best to introduce this again from scratch. So try to follow as we proceed. First is first, definition. Trigonometry can be defined as the ratio of right angle triangle. It is generally called trig ratio. So I'm saying that trigonometry is simply the ratio of right angle triangle, and I said it is popularly known as what? Trig ratio. That's your definition for trigonometry. Aside that definition, there's one key word we heard from that word, which is known as what? Right angle. So when it comes to trigonometry, basically you are trying to revolve around a right angle triangle. So on illustration, I expect that a right angle triangle should look like this. Of course, something of this nature, right? So let's say the angle theta is here. This man here signifies that this triangle is a right angle. Alright, so something to note from this diagram is that this diagram here has three sides. We have the hypotenuse, opposite, and adjacent. How do you indicate or how do you spot out those stuff? It's easy. First task, note that the longest part of a right angle triangle is said to be the hypotenuse. So this man here is said to be the hypotenuse. It's constant because for every rectangle triangle, a part will be longer, right? And I think we all have visibility. So of course, this part here is the longest part, is the hypotenuse. Next up, the other concept is that wherever the angle is facing is said to be the opposite. Of course, my angle theta is facing this side. So this line here is said to be my opposite, and automatically this man becomes my adjacent. So this is how to spot out your hypotenuse, opposite, and adjacent. First task, ask yourself which part is the longest part. That's your hypotenuse. Second step 2 is that where's your angle facing? Is it facing left or right? So anywhere angle is facing becomes what? The opposite, and the last part becomes adjacent automatically. So the concept is that get out hypotenuse and what? Opposite first, and the last part becomes the adjacent. All right, having said this, let's look at something called special function of angle. Let us call special functions of angle. All right, let's look at this concept. So when it comes to special function of angle, we'll look at those angles, perhaps those function of angle that we needed in the study of trigonometry. I think there are 6 in numbers, right? So first task, number 1 there is given as sine. Perhaps we use an angle theta here. So let me just say sine theta. Number 2, I have cosine theta. Number 4, I have tangent theta. Number 5, I have secant theta. Number 6, I have cosecant theta, and 7, finally I have cotangent cotangent theta. This this 7 stuff here are said to be special function of angle. Please, you need to memorize them, or let me just say you cram them, because they are very important. If you don't know this, you can't study trig. Please, so try to master this sine theta, cos theta, tan theta, sec theta, cosec theta, and cotangent. Please, these 7 stuff are very important in the study of trigonometry. Now, in advanced form, you don't write sine theta in this form. You don't write cosine theta in this form. You don't write tangent theta in this form. You don't write secant, cosecant, and cotangent in this form. These are too long. So there's a shortcut to writing this stuff when it comes to calculation aspects. First is first, for sine theta, the short form of writing sine theta is said to be what? Sine. Then theta. This is sine theta. Is sine theta is said to be sin theta. This is short form of writing it. Number 2 there, the short form of writing cosine is given as what? Cos theta. We call it cos theta. But if I say cos theta, I mean what? I mean cosine theta. Next up, I have tangent theta. Similarly, that becomes a tan theta as the short form of writing tangent theta. Next up, for this one here, this is secant. The short form becomes sec. Sec theta is the short form of writing secant. Similarly, I have a cosecant. For cosecant, I have to call there a cosec. Cosec theta is the short form of writing cosecant. Finally, I have cotangent. That becomes your cot theta. So you need to master the short form of writing this special function of angle. We'll use them in our solvings as we proceed. All right, I will discuss about this concept here. Let's now dive into the concept of SOH CAH TOA. Please, it's very important in the study of this man here. So let's look at the concept. The concept of SOH CAH TOA. All right, let's look at the study of SOH CAH TOA. For those that are familiar with this concept, it's easy, right? So I'll take my time to break each concept down, right? So going back to what we know from this man, what we know, if I have a right angle triangle this way, right? We said the longest part here is your hypotenuse, which is your hypotenuse. Let's say, perhaps, let me put the angle here. Please, if I put the angle here, where is opposite? This angle is facing down here. So this line here becomes my opposite. Finally, this last part becomes adjacent automatically. All right, so this is what we said initially. It's just that I just swapped the angle to other parts. This one, it was here, so it become an opposite. So I just change the angle so you can understand how to work with your opposite concept. All right, so I have this one here. So let's proceed, please. Let's proceed, please. So from here now, let's now discuss SOH, CAH, and TOA separately. The first one there I have is called SOH. Please, it's called SOH. For SOH, what does SOH means? SOH means that this S signifies one concept from this special function of angle, that's sine. So this sine, S here signifies sine, but the angle I'm considering is theta. So sine theta should be equal to this O signifies what there? Opposite over this H signifies what there? Hypotenuse. So note that for SOH means opposite over what? Hypotenuse, as very important, please. So that's your first part for SOH. Know why is this. Next up there, for CAH, CAH signifies, of course, we should know what signifies. CAH is for cos theta. So I have CAH means what? cos theta to be equal to what? Adjacent, this one here, adjacent over hypotenuse. This is what CAH signifies. Finally, for TOA, this signifies tan theta. So I have tan theta to be equal to opposite over adjacent. All right, so note these three concepts of SOH CAH TOA and what they mean. So note that sin theta is what? Opposite over adjacent. Cos theta is adjacent over hypotenuse, while tan theta is what? Opposite over adjacent. So this is how you work with this concept of SOH CAH TOA in a given right angle triangle. All right, at this junction, there are some key concepts you need to note, please. Basically, the foundation of all that I'm teaching you from this foundation, there are things you should memorize. You should know them, please. You can't proceed with the study or the learning of trade without knowing them. You need to know them on your head. You should be bringing them forward. For this one now, you should know all these concepts from your medulla, right? You should know them very well. They're very important, please. So at this junction here, I will give you close to 5 or perhaps let's say 4 key concepts to note, please. This one I want to give you here are very important, like they are very important. Please, you should know them. So note the following, please. Note the following. Note the following. Number 1, note that sec theta is equal to what? 1 over cos theta. What I'm giving here are called the inverse function of angle. Call them the inverse functions of angle. So these are called the inverse function of angle. All right, number 1 is there, is sec theta. Number 2 is what? The cosec theta, which signifies 1 over sine theta. Number 3 to note is that if I have cot theta, this signifies 1 over tan theta. Also note that number 4, that this same cot theta can be expressed as cos theta over sine theta. And finally, number 5, if I have tan theta, this is equal to what? Sine theta over cos theta, please. So note this inverse function of angle. They are very important, like they are very important in the study of trigonometry. So now listen, here's how I know this easily. Here's how I know it. For sec theta there, I'm counting this stuff in threes. This is 1, 2, 3. This is cos. This is C, and C signifies cos. So for sec theta, I have 1 over cos theta. Count this 1, 2, 3. It stops as S, and S signifies sine. That becomes 1 over sine theta. Count this one 1, 2, 3. This is cot C, a T. That's tan. This signifies 1 over tan theta. Now here's the concept is, if I have tan theta signifies what? Sine before cos. If I have cot theta, that's because of the cot before sine, please. Cos before sine. These are very important in the study of trigonometry. All right, at this junction, let's take a few past questions and let's get them done. Welcome back. Let's take a few past questions in the study of this topic. So it says that if tan theta is equal to 3 over 4, find sec theta, cos theta, and sin theta. To get this done is very easy, right? So if tan theta is 3 over 4, they give you the value for tan theta, which is easy to do. Look up this. Look up solution. solution, if I'm given tan theta, observe, if I'm given tan theta to be equal to what? 3 over 4. From SOH CAH TOA concept that we discussed now, for tan, what does tan means? Tan theta means what? Opposite over what? Adjacent. It means that tan theta is what? Opposite over what? Adjacent. So in this question now, my opposite is 3, while my adjacent is what? Is 4. What does it mean? It means that if I should draw a right angle triangle in this way, let me assume that my angle is here, for instance. So in this case now, my opposite is where the angle is facing. So this is 3. Why this longest part is hypotenuse, we don't know it yet. So adjacent is given as what? As 4. Task now is to get the value that will be here. So we don't know. So let's assume here as x. Using my Pythagoras theorem to find x, what do we know? That becomes x squared equal to, so I have x squared being equal to, it becomes 3 squared plus 4 squared. From Pythagoras theorem, get your x from here. I'll have that x squared equal to 9 plus 16, x squared equal to 25, and x equal to what? The square root of 25 is equal to what? 5. So from here, x is 5. So let me just ignore this x and put 5 here. So here's the concept. For every given angle, try to draw it in a right angle this way. Like, try to get all the sides. So from this one now, I could spot out the opposite and what? Adjacent. So the task to get the other side, which is the hypotenuse, which I use Pythagoras theorem to find. Alright, let's now get this done, please. Number one question says what? Find what? Sec theta. Let's get it done. Number one says find sec theta. Alright. Number one says find sec theta. Number one for A, find what there? Sec theta. Basically, what do we know for sec theta? That becomes what? Your 1 over what? Cos theta that I gave you initially here. That's your inverse function of angles. Alright, if this is true, this is now equal to 1 all over what's cos theta from Pythagoras theorem. What we know is I have SOH, CAH, and TOA. So for cos theta, that becomes what? This becomes adjacent over what? Hypotenuse. This expression is for what? Cos theta. 1, repeat your 1. Cos theta can be expressed as what? Adjacent over what? Hypotenuse. This is now equal in value to 1 all over what's adjacent from this diagram, of course, is 4. So 4 over what's hypotenuse, longest part, which is 5. So I have 5 here. So break this down mathematically. I'll have that 1 divided by 4 over 5. So 4 over 5. If I'm to proceed, I'll change this division to times. So I'll have 1 times. When changing to times, what do you do there? I will invert this 1. So 5 should come up first before this 4. This is now equal to 1 times 5 is 5 over this 4. So I'm saying that sec theta, that is sec theta, should be equal to what? 5 over 4. This is how I solve for A. Let's solve for B. For B there, for question B, I have what? Cos theta, right? And what do we know as cos theta? Cos is what? I have adjacent over what? Hypotenuse. This is now equal to, what is adjacent here? That's 4 over hypotenuse is of course 5. So that's all. So this is how you find cos theta. Similarly, let's find sine theta. C says find sine theta. For sine theta there, what's sine theta? That's opposite over hypotenuse. So it becomes what? What's the opposite here? That's 3. This 3 over hypotenuse. Of course, it's 5. So sine theta value is what? 3 over 5. Cos theta value is what? 4 over 5. And sec theta is what? 5 over 4. This is how you solve this particular examination question. Now listen, I'll give an assignment to try, and you leave your answer in the comment section, right? And I'll reply you if you are wrong or correct. Welcome back. The assignment says find cos theta if sin theta is 3 over 5. Number 2 says find cos theta if sin theta is equal to what? 2 over 3. This is a JAMB question, right? So try your best to get the value of cos theta and cos theta from the given ratio. So listen up, please. Listen up. Your ability to solve this is to first interpret how identify your opposite and adjacent from this concept. So that's all. All right. So I solve this problem. So do well to solve this and leave your answer to cos theta and cot theta in the comment section, and I'll reply you if you are wrong or correct. So see you in the next class. Also do well to visit my website at www.ghanabracket.com. So in my website, I have close to 200 plus video for JAMB and WAEC students. To access my video, it's a lifetime access. So once you purchase the course, the lifetime access. So it's less than 5,000 naira. So you can buy the course. So it's a lifetime access. You get access to mathematics, physics, and chemistry. So do well to visit my website. If you can't do that, you can reach me out through my WhatsApp number, so I can share the full JAMB and WAEC topic with you. All right, see you in our next class, and welcome to Excellent Link Academy.